What's happening, guys? Matthew Ogus here, legendsofesthetics.com. Today I'm going to give you a few quick tips on the close grip bench press. If you already know how to close grip bench press, this will seem pretty redundant to you, but look, I want to help the newbies out there so they're not hurting themselves, alright? The first thing about the close grip bench press you're probably wondering about is, how close do I put my hands? It's supposed to be a close grip bench press. Well, first you have to ask yourself, why do you want to do this exercise, right? The close grip bench press is designed, well, not designed, but the main purpose of it is so you can target your triceps, right? You don't normally bench press like this. Most people bench press like this for the chest muscles. Any reason to bench press any lower would be for you to want to target the triceps, because as you bring those elbows lower, you're putting more load on the triceps and a little bit off of the chest. So first, we have to remember that it's going to be close grip like this. One key thing with the close grip bench press is pretty much at all times, the wrist will be above the elbow, or at least that's the goal, right? So you have to remember the wrist above the elbow, and it's the close grip bench press. You have to remember that you pretty much can't go any closer grip than your elbows totally at your side. That's about the maximum. And for me, that's right outside shoulder width. Right outside shoulder width. You will see commonly a lot of people go inside of their shoulder like this. And when the bar comes down on their body, their elbows are flared out to the side like this. Their wrists are put in such a way that there's a lot of bad pressure on those wrists, a lot of shear force. And it could really hurt you. It really could, over time especially. So you want to remember that the most you want those hands to be in will be shoulder width. And for most people, just outside shoulder width will be the good, safe place for these close grip bench presses. For me, it's one finger inside of the knurling, right here. And that's just outside shoulder width. And it allows me also to keep pretty much these elbows underneath these wrists right here. Remember, it's a tricep exercise, and you're gonna be lowering it lower on your body. Regardless of the distance between your hands, you will often see beginners lower that bar up here like this, up here like this. And remember, the main component of the close grip bench press isn't necessarily even the hand distance. It's really the joint angle of the shoulders right here, connected to the elbows. Where are your elbows coming down in comparison to the body, right? Because from here to here, that's the area of the chest. That's where the chest is the main mover here. If you want the primary mover in this bench press to be the triceps, it's gonna have to be lower. Your elbows will have to be lower than where you're doing a regular bench press where the chest is the prime mover. Another thing, treat your setup like the same thing as a normal bench press, guys. This isn't an exercise where you do 30 rep sets and you hit burnouts. I always see people do these skull crushers. After their skull crushers, they'll immediately start doing burnout close grip bench presses. It's better to treat this movement as a movement by itself, where you're practicing progressive overload and treating it seriously, right? It's an exercise where you can put in some serious work, hit some serious weight. What I'm gonna do is treat the setup just like a regular bench press. One cool thing about the close grip bench is that since I'm lowering it lower onto my body, I can place my head higher up on the bench, and it's easier therefore to unrack. From that angle, you were able to see that I was lowering the bar underneath my chest. My nipple is right here, and I was lowering it underneath that, like right here, with my elbows pretty tucked in. Not totally next to my body, but pretty tucked in, like right about here. Lowering it underneath my chest. Be afraid to get a little bit of arch so that it makes a much safer movement. Otherwise, I'm pressing from this position, which is way more dangerous than this position right here. There you have it, guys. To sum things up, we talked about hand distance. You really don't want it any narrower than shoulder width. You want your elbows to be tucked in so your chest isn't your prime mover, the triceps are. And since you're keeping the elbow underneath the wrist, the bar is going to be lowered lower on your body than a normal bench press. Now let's take a look at some of my working sets. there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Matthew Ogus, Legends of Aesthetics, signing off. Take care.